Hello, this is Vance, and this is Wednesday, January the 30th, 2013. And these are the CL trades for today. It was it was the day of the green entry. And I don't know, that's the green entry. Green entry is because, well, they're pretty hard to see. I mean, not hard to see, but I mean, price was, you really had to be cautious about where you entered today. There was lots of movement, and there was lots of these long bars, and these long bars, you know what they mean. There's lots of volatility, so there was lots of stuff that was happening. It was a news day. The DOE report came out, and it should have sold off because there was a fairly large surplus. I would think it didn't. Price did come back down, but it was really kind of it was a range day, but it was kind of a tight range, and there was some dramatic movement. But let me talk about the trades. I mean, I can understand if you had trouble today, I can understand why, because it was some tough things. Now, ignore this for a moment, this area right here, because I'm doing another lesson later. Somebody asked me some questions. I'm going to kind of cover that up. So I'll really make this large. Okay, this is at the overnight, and price at the overnight was at, when price opened yesterday, it was at 97.32, got up to 98.24, so 90 ticks roughly. That's where price got up to. Or it was 90 tick range overnight. Now right here, this is right at 7 o'clock, so 7:45, right here. For anybody that trades pre-market, what you want to see here is this particular. Well, I thought this was a good setup. I mean, if you look at this particular setup here, price attempted to go up the first time, it failed. Attempted to go up the second time, immediate failure. This is a trap. Going short right here was a good trade, particularly at this high. Now, whether you take it or not, it is kind of a counter trend trade. I mean, that's the thing. So I mean, that's one that you have to really think about. Depends on where you put your stop. I mean, it's first trade of the morning. You can see that this is a failure immediately. This right here, and this is a little bit later. It's before, I think it's just before 8:30, just after 8 o'clock. This is a second entry short. And if you see this, now this is a little bit difficult in second entry short. It's not as plain as some of the other ones on a shorter time frame. Let's take a look. Price makes a new low here. Okay, make the argument that this is the first entry. Okay, price comes all the way back up here, fails, and right here is the second entry. Okay, this is the first entry, this is the second entry. Now, yes, there's some overlap here, and you have to recognize that there's some overlap here. But these are bear bars, and you see prices coming down. So that's why it's marked in green. This is a second entry. It's a second entry short. Now, when price gets down to this level, you can see right where this double bottom it formed. This is a failed second entry long, but of course this is on a bear bar right here. New high, first entry, second entry. But it's on a bear bar. You want to go second entry here on something that's that long. I think that most of these trades, this particular trade, should be off the bottom. Now, if you look at this from this perspective, second entry here, first entry, and if you see this turnaround right here, going on the basis of this, you could have bought here, and trade would have worked out fine. I mean, this is really a double bottom right here, and I'm looking at support from this area right here, so this is a pretty decent trade. When it breaks this trend line, when it breaks this trend line here, you'd probably look at maybe going long after this doji, but going long right here was also a potential trade, because this, by the way, right here in the bottom of this doji here, that's a second entry. Price makes a new high, first entry, second entry. Eliminate this thing for a second. So it's not real clear. I didn't mark that one, obviously. But here, when price got to this level, take a look at this measured move. Price moves up here, pulled back twice. Ooh, look at this. So when price, that was the second line of the measured move. When price got to this level, this was a failure. And if you look at this as a failure, for a couple of reasons, it is close to these lows right here. Oops, this is kind of crooked. Let's make sure that this is straight. it's kind of like support across these ones right here. So what's formerly acting as support or resistance will now will act as resistance. And you have to make the argument that this is kind of support. Hesitation at this level anyway. Price gets to this level, it attempts to go up the first time, it fails, attempts up the second time, fails, and you can argue this doji, you can argue it's even a third failure. However, if you go short right here, okay, you go short right here, this, and keep your stop above this bar, then that would have trade that worked out. It's marked in red. This actually should be in green because it's not really easy trade to see. There you go. Okay. Another green trade. Price gets to this level, pulls back, the first pullback, second pullback, and fails again. Measured move. First move down here. Second move down here. Gets to this bottom. This is not a bad trade. You had to wait for it, though. And you can see that all these overlapping bars, I mean, that could be a sig. That's why they're in green. You know, price is a new low here. First entry, second entry. Yes, it's on a doji. Will it be going up in this direction? Now, the only concern I'd have is that, is this the new low? You know, across these lows here, is that where the price is? Like right here, is that where support is? I mean, that's something to consider as well. Is this support? You know, is this right support across this line? This is right prior to the news. Look at these bars. Stuff like this. When you get bars side by side, there's really no commitment one way or the other. You don't know where price is going. So it's really, and even this, I mean, anytime you have two bars together, it's one concern. 3 bars, 4 bars, 5 bars. When you get 5 bars side by side like that, that is certainly indecision which way price is going to go. However, when price did break out of here, this is a very strong bear bar or bull bar, closed right on its high. And you can see that this, by the way, you can also count this as a second entry. A second entry long. Price makes a new high. First entry, second entry right here. Well, I mean, this one's even. Close enough. But, you know, this price makes a new high. First entry. This is a second entry that failed. This is a failed second entry. Price makes a new high. First entry. Second entry that failed again. You know, but this is on a bear bar. You want to see a second entry on a bull bar, not on a bear bar. It's going in the wrong direction. Unless you're looking at some area for support, because what you could argue is that this is the first entry. This is price makes a new high. This is the first entry, and you could suggest that this, you know, prices. You could say this is a second entry when price closes right down here. Now, if you took this as a second entry, you put a price, bought blind, kept your stop below the 15 ticks. It took a while to work out, but you'd get your 15 ticks off. Let's see. 53, 65. So if you entered at 54, and your stop is down at 39, right down here, you'd make your way out. Just, I'm not saying to take it. I'm just telling you that this is, you know, this is the way it was today. Move price down to here for these double bottoms. Are we going to have support down here? Well, you can see price all got away down to this level. Price makes it down here. This, by the way, is a second entry. New high, first entry, second entry. Strong bull bar coming out of here. I mean, you'd be inclined to take that. And you can see this price, first failure to go down, second failure to go down right there. You can consider this as a trap. I mean, you could also maybe buy like right across these bottoms here. That's another consideration. Let me just make this bigger. Slide this over. Now, let's consider this. Fade every new high and every new low. Is this a range day? But look at this. Price comes up to this level, pulls back first time, pulls back the second time, long right there. Measured move. Off the bottom, first move up, first 2, second move up. Look where that went up, right to here. Measured move. No, you don't want to enter when there's lots of overlap. You want to see separation. Does this look like a short right here? It kind of looks like a short. It's a very strong bull bar, but you want to see a test. I mean, this is right at the news. That's why I didn't mark this one, in case anyone's asking. This is right at the news. This is 10:30. You know, it wasn't here. This is, and actually, this is pretty well news-driven event as well. Let's see. This overlap, chop overlap. This is a second entry, by the way. Price makes a little low, first entry, second entry. Second entry. But you want to take a second entry when you've got all these soldiers standing up like this? I know it would have worked, but that's a consideration. Those are things that you really have to think about. I was out of the market here. I was sitting on the sidelines most of this. Let's see. Now, if we make a double bottom here, price comes down the first time, it fails, comes on the second time, going long right here. Okay, that's why I marked this trade. This is, there's some separation here off this double bottom. You could have bought down below here. Get these matching lows right across here. You put your buy order right one tick below this one, and it launched right out of there. Okay, price when it attempted to go up the first time, failed. Attempted to go up the second time, immediate failure. This is you going short here. I don't know about that one. I mean, we've got some matching highs across here. That would be a consideration. I didn't trade that. Let me think. Could you have made that trade? You could have. You're close to these tops. If you think that this is going to fail, let's pull this down here. See, matching highs across here might be a consideration. And considering that these are highs across here, so you could have traded it that way. I mean, it's a tough trade. I tell you, it was tough trading today. Look at these bars, how they're matching. I mean, you have to be confident and keep your stops down there low. Thankfully, most days aren't like this. I mean, most days have a little bit more separation. But who knows? Maybe this is the new way everything's going to go. Down here, price attempts to go down the first time, fails. Second time fails. You get in here. I mean, from this perspective, if you're counting off the bottoms here or off of this level, you can consider this. This is a place to go long. Price makes a new high. Let's consider this a first entry down here where it closes, and second entry. I mean, kind of hard to see that one, but again, it's we're at the bottom of this channel. Base your trades off the bottom of this channel right here. Except for this anomaly here. The outlier, so matching right across these lows or something like this double bottom, it was fine. One bottom, one tick down, comes down, one tick down, and goes in the other direction. So, I mean, I think most of the trading that was done today was really sporadic. I think once we got into, those day traders out there, once we got into stuff like this, everybody was thrown into a panic. Everybody didn't know which way to go up. And so it was like everybody was dumping and closing stops and doing this and doing that. That's my take on it. We had a lot of that motion today because of, things that were expected to happen didn't happen. And I think that, there people were jumping in and out of the market all the way today. And that's why we had this erratic movement. Because you have to recognize it. Take a look at a 1-bar trading range. I mean, a doji is nothing but a 1-bar trading range where you have indecision. And look at this. You put all these bars together, they're almost exactly the same height. It's indecision. Like these ones, same here. So, I mean, it wasn't just you, and it just wasn't just me. It seems like all the traders out there were having trouble where to pick. But again, look at how this area right here held as far as price was concerned. Look at this area up here. Look at how tight this range was. Between here and here, you have to argue. So if you were a buyer here and a seller across these tops, you would have made fine. And by and large, that's what I did. That's what I did. I don't know about anybody else. I mean, I didn't sell at these tops. I mean, this one it looks like a short. It's a second entry short. Price makes a new low. First entry, second entry. I didn't short that because it was so, because of all this overlap. Let me see. This is another second entry short. This price makes a new low here. This is a second entry short here. Price makes a new low. This is second entry short. Second entry short. This is the first entry. Price makes new high. First entry. Second entry. So there's a bunch of them that are around here. Even second entries here. But as we got to the top here, and you can see once it got some support and kind of went out of here. So broke $98. We're back now. We're at 97, 96 now. But anyway, that's it for today. Hope you could see that. Hope you had a good day. If not, always tomorrow, Thursday. Bye for now.